1. Christa Pike, State, Tennessee, not executed yet. At just 18 years old, Christa Pike became the youngest woman on Tennessee's death row. Her case drew national attention, not only because of the brutal murder she committed but also because of her young age. Pike was convicted of killing 19-year-old Colleen Slemmer in 1995, a crime that left a lasting mark on the criminal justice system. Pike's story has remained one of the most controversial and chilling in American history. On January 13, 1995, Christa Pike and two accomplices brutally attacked Colleen Slemmer. The crime wasn't just a murder, it was a horrific act of cruelty. After Slemmer was killed, Pike kept part of her skull as a trophy. This chilling act made the crime even more horrifying, highlighting Pike's cold and detached demeanor. The shocking nature of the crime sparked outrage and raised questions about how a young woman could commit such a violent and senseless act. Pike's troubled upbringing, marked by neglect and trauma, may have contributed to her actions, but the question remains, can these factors justify such brutality? While her past might explain her behavior, it does not excuse it. Pike's case forces us to examine how social and psychological factors shape individuals, and whether they should influence how we view their responsibility for horrific crimes. Pike was sentenced to death in 1996 after a controversial trial. Critics argue that she didn't receive proper defense, considering her age at the time of the crime. Over the years, Pike appealed her sentence, but each appeal was rejected. Her case raised important questions about the fairness of sentencing young offenders to death, sparking debates about the age of responsibility and the potential for rehabilitation. Although Pike was sentenced to death in 1996, her execution has not yet taken place. Over the years, she has appealed her sentence multiple times, but each appeal has been rejected. As a result, the typical rituals surrounding a final meal and last words remain absent from her case. The uncertainty of her execution continues to raise difficult questions about justice and the treatment of young offenders in the criminal justice system. Was it right to sentence a teenager to death? Can a troubled past be used as a reason to mitigate responsibility for such a violent crime?